Hey everybody, welcome back to the Honey and Absinthe channel. We are your hosts. I'm Vincent, a background designer for animation.
And I'm Janet, the ex-Disney artist turned independent creator, and in this video, I am drawing a Denki Commission. So we are going to be reacting to that, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll learn some tips and tricks.
Alright, if you like what we do, please leave a like over there. Let's get into it. Alright, who are we drawing here?
So this is Denki from My Hero Academia.
Pikachu boy.
Yes, I was commissioned him along with a bunch of other characters. I am focusing on making all of these characters look as good as possible.
Oh, and digging in there with those hands. Look at those.
So I took reference of my own hands and I wanted to have him do something with it. I just thought this pose was kind of nice. He can be like shooting electricity out of it or something.
Nice.
Yeah, I am really focusing on making sure the mannequin and the anatomy underneath the ink drawing is on point.
On point.
Before I start inking. So I'm really taking care to make sure everything is as volumetric and accurate as possible.
Oh, you have the blinky and the blushy. Oh, look at that. Really kind of coy kind of look, you know?
That's his character.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking it.
So here I'm drawing his hair, and again, anime hair is interesting. I'm testing out a bunch of different ways to do it. I'm trying to make it both volumetric and semi-realistic while also being that graphic shape that doesn't really quite make sense.
Right, I love what you did there. You kind of like broke it into really chunky pieces and then you designed those pieces.
Yeah.
It looks really neat.
And I'm drawing his jacket. His jacket is kind of weird. It doesn't actually make sense with the way the flaps and folds are out like that, but
yeah,
you made it work.
Okay, and look, you're going in here with the ink.
Yes.
Looks like you're using a rosemary brush.
Yes, I'm using a rosemary #1 brush because for the size, this is a 6x8 inch piece of paper, you kind of need like a 1 when you're inking because I've tried these with a 2, and depending on the look that you're going for, a size 2 brush even is still kind of too thick.
Man, I really love how you're carving out those eyelids. They look so dimensional, man.
Yeah, I'm trying more and more. I mean, it's hard for me because I came from Disney and there's a certain amount of simplification when you're drawing cartoons. Now I am really trying to push myself and to grow as an illustrator. So I'm really trying to get more and more realistic. Even here, I feel like I'm still being a little bit too cartoony, a little too Disney, but that just takes time.
Right.
Yeah.
Very nice. You're doing these really straight lines for his glasses.
Yeah.
Looking
I
good.
have been trying to be a lot more patient with objects because they're not the funnest things to draw, but if you mess up the perspective on them, it can look really wonky really fast and you're too lazy to fix it because it is just an object. So with things like his glasses, his clothing, I'm trying to be as accurate as possible, even though it's not the funnest thing.
He looks really appealing. He's so handsome.
I mean, all these characters deserve to be drawn like heartthrobs.
Goodness gracious. I hope you really enjoy this commission, whoever commissioned us.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying you draw it. It's so dope.
I feel like making hands more and more realistic these days.
Oh, he looks
so I'm really like making the knuckles and like the bones pop out. People ask me like to give them drawing advice all the time and to give them tips and tutorials on how to do hands. Part of it is just draw a lot of hands, a lot of realistic hands before you know how to simplify it. And I'm still not exactly the best at it. I want to be a master at drawing hands one day, but I wanted to just be able to whip it out, but...
Well, you're clearly on your way. You're doing this a lot. You're doing this almost every day.
Well, I still need to take reference photos for hands. What you're not seeing a lot of the times is I'm like using my phone to take pictures of myself and like figuring it all out.
Well, that's still a really good practice.
I am inking his dark shadow shapes now, and I've learned less is more with this stuff. Going in, and because his jacket, it looks to me like a leather jacket. Oh, I also forgot to add a pattern on his jacket.
The
costume.
Lightning bolt pattern. Nice.
So I quickly filled that in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so his jacket, it looks like a leather jacket, but it's not animated that way in the anime.
It's just completely flat.
I think
black.
so, yeah.
It's almost like it's elastic or something.
And it doesn't move like leather
Yeah.
either. It just kind of like moves like cotton, like the shirt. But I think since he's like that rocker boy type of character, I think it deserved some like leather jacket texturing. I actually want to get a lot better at it,
Nice.
but I'm basically just creating this outline around the leather and highlight down the center of it to make it look like leather.
Oh, your brush strokes are getting so confident, man. Oh my gosh. Wow.
3 months in quarantine, drawing every single day.
It does things to you.
Yeah.
I'm just marveling at you drawing. I literally have nothing to say with this one.
Yeah.
Just how pretty his face looks. It's so pretty.
Color scheme I've been really liking. After all this ink drawing on TikTok and everything, I like that black and yellow look. So you at this point, it's really starting to come together. The black is so graphic and striking that I can already see in my mind's eye when I add the yellow how much it's gonna like pop. Like, really pop.
Nice.
One of the reasons why I think I want to get better at inking textures like leather is because like this is actually a very cartoony way to handle shine on like faux leather or something like that. Again, like I want to be more of an illustrator, less of like a cartoonist, so I want to like try to make it more interesting.
Right. Layers.
Yeah.
Right. Nice. And now you're adding layers of ink wash.
Yes. So one thing that I started doing halfway into this whole My Hero drawing series on TikTok is toning the highlights because it makes it less intense. See now, his face and his hair and his skin and everything that you should be looking at really starts popping out.
Right.
Instead of like your eye getting confused looking at like the lights and highlights all over his jacket.
And is this watercolor or FW acrylic ink?
This is gouache, I think.
What?
Yeah. I just really diluted the gouache.
Wow. Why did you choose gouache? That's strange.
Well, it's the best color that I have. This is Orange
interesting.
Lake
Okay.
Deep, I think. I like it because I like I don't have to mix. It's just skin
Oh
tone.
man, you just saw that in real time, everybody. How light that dried.
Yeah.
That's gouache for you.
Yeah, that's gouache.
That was crazy. It was like this, like kind of like a little too saturated orange, and all of a sudden it turned into this pale skin tone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's just trial and error.
Yeah.
I learned after a lot of landscape painting, a lot of painting in general, that I like Orange Lake Deep for skin tone. So I'm going in and I'm actually adding a little bit of variation of color in his hair. And put on a layer of yellow and I put a little bit of that orange into it so it looks more interesting.
Nice. And usually you would put, this light character over a dark background. Now it's a darker character over a bright, almost neon yellow background.
If you like scan this and turn it grayscale, yellow is actually like pretty much almost white. So it is like super light background in front of a dark figure.
Yeah. What is this? This is like a 2 in value. This yellow.
Yeah, it's practically white.
Yeah.
It doesn't look it. You might think we're crazy, but you get any yellow and you turn it grayscale, it's pretty darn light.
Dang, that's crazy.
Going in with just a darker yellow to like emphasize that lightning bolt.
There's a signature. And don't forget the blushies, everybody.
You have to have the blushies. When you're not painting a full-on portrait, helps to add some color. On the nose, on the cheeks, and I like sometimes on the fingertips, collarbone, and how I decide where portrait painting, figure painting. You paint things from life and you'll figure out how to simplify it for these more cartoony, illustrative things.
There are a lot of fantastic portrait painting, drawing exercises, teachers at New Masters Academy. Yeah.
Check it out. We have a link, an affiliate link where you can get a trial.
Yeah, free 7-day trial. Check out those awesome classes. And now you're adding the sparkles.
Yes.
The sparkles.
And I've been a lot more reserved than I used to be with this. And I'm using the leader number 2, my favorite white ink, and adding it on everything.
If you really like that video, please do us a favor and leave a like, jingle our bells and buttons over there, and leave a comment down below for who Janet should draw next.
All the materials that I used in this video are going to be linked down below. If you end up buying something, it helps the channel out at no extra cost to you. Also, if you want your own ink drawing, head over to honeyandabsinthe.com. We also have merch. I am wearing the fight shirt today.
Oh, and if you really like what we do, please find us on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you can find us. And don't forget to
dare to dream.